a partner that won't stress you out. Let's shape your future. Access ARM is working for you. Access ARM is investing for you. To live a life that you dream for you. We no go for your hand.
Let's help you shape the future you deserve. Access ARM Pensions. Future shaping. Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemether and Lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Charlatan is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
My son, help me check this phone. I don't know wetin Junior press. E no dey work again.
Make I see. Mommy.
Wetin happen?
They don't block your line now.
Nobody like to chop blocking, no. So if they don't block you unto say you not link your NIN to your Airtel line, run kitty go any Airtel shop with your NIN to unblock your line today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Arenas Plus bụ ahịa ị ga-echeta mgbe ị chọrọ ịchụ ọrịa ịba ọsọ ukwu eru ala n'ụzọ dị mfe. Arenas Plus bụ nke ejiri Artemether na Lumefantrine wee gwakọọ. Ọ na-arụ ọrụ ọfụma iji gwọọ ọrịa ịba n'ahụ okenye nakwa ụmụaka. Ya mere mgbe ọzọ ọrịa ịba kuturu gị, cheta aha ahụ.
Ọ bụrụ na ihe nwa amagidere ụbọchị atọ, biko hụ dọkịta gị.
Ọmarịcha ọgwụ sitere na Suifa.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Better don't land Faba, Jebes LOG showroom. Now there you go get high quality electronics. I say now there you go get your Dawkins furniture.
Jebes LG showroom is the game changer in modern day electronics and furniture. Pure LED plasma TV, soundbar home theater, double door refrigerator, deep freezer, split unit AC, washing machine, and other electronics and home appliances. Turkish sofa, royal bed, wardrobe, executive chairs and tables, antique dining table, snooker board, table tennis board, and other high quality office and home furniture. Visit us today at Jebes LG Showroom Plaza, International Headquarters, number 79 Abowore Road, Umungasi Aba, with branches at number 1/2 Factory Road, Aba, or number 151 Okibo Road, Aba. Telephone 0815 314 5879 or 080 601 19104. Jebes LG Showroom Plaza, the game changer in modern day electronics, furniture, and Turkish sofa.
No be party jollof this thing.
I beg, make nothing hungry you again today.
I'm pregnant where every day follow talk so.
Neighbor, I beg,
neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, what can be your secret?
Now, Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Chef.
From state to state, country to country, and across the triple W's, we bring you up to date with the latest happenings. Magic 102.9 ABBA, transforming lives through the airwaves.
water, electricity is in politics. Women are marginalized.
As the democratic space gets broader and political activities become more intense, with many Nigerians angling for relevance and agitating for their voices to be heard, Magic 102.9 FM Aba has taken a giant leap by providing the needed platform that captures the essence of your individual, corporate, and most importantly, your political needs.
You see, the government is trying, but it's just this insecurity.
Yes, showcase your aspirations, opinions, and more as a politician, political party, government, community, organization, association, and more. Join Magic 102.9 FM Aba on People and Politics, Mondays to Fridays at 9 a.m. For inquiries and participation, please call 0903-282-3717. People and Politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Monday's edition of People and Politics. My name is Ben Mwatu.
My name is Anastasia Odochi-Uchenna.
All right, as usual, we have all the hottest stories right from the weekend to this very moment. We'll be serving you the stories, taking a look at different angles for you to have a better understanding of
via technology.
I see.
So that we can have records, data of what goes on regarding IGR in my local government of Basalt.
Okay, so basically that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Okay, before now there have been legal issues. I want to believe that when you emerged the mayor of Aba South, you probably saw some documents. The name Chikota Nigeria Limited, does it ring a bell? If yes, the issue with that entity, has it been resolved as far as revenue is concerned? Because people still believe that that the man has a case. Are you aware of such an existing case?
Very well.
Okay, so has it been resolved?
There are also contending issues on that matter.
We do not need to go to the streets to harass people. We do not need to go to the streets to contend with anybody. What the state has simply chosen to do is to improve its methods. As you're well aware, technology has come to enhance all the processes around us, how we live, how we breathe, even how we study. Some have even said how we worship God. So when you talk about task generation in the manner that it's now being deployed, you will find that's innovation that will allow you, a taxpayer, be wherever you has no understanding of what is happening now, what the administration of the mayor and His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti is betting. The ease of doing business in a way that has never been experienced before is paramount. His Excellency has preached it that Abia will be the destination for everything innovative, everything progressive. And he's leading that charge, and the mayor is a living example of how this work. So in Aba South, there will be collaborations in collections, there will be synergy, there will be like what you have experienced, people saying police. Why do we need police? That's the question. Why do we? Mama Ngozi pays her money. She could do a USSD transfer where there's no internet capabilities. Star 9999. Most of our people, if Mama Ngozi can count 5,000, I can assure you she knows how to use her phone. But when she doesn't know how to use her phone, the agents who are now trained and deployed in the field, you will see them. They will be very well dressed. They have ID cards. They have a cap and a vest, properly identified. With numbers. They will approach you as professionals. They will engage you, what we call, in a manner that allows you to be involved, participatory involvement. And then the transactions, they will collect your details and push that transaction for you. So Mama Ngozi now, what it helps Mama Ngozi do is this. Before now, the scenario you will have is that Mama Ngozi is pushed into paying multiple bills.
land tenancy fee on a yearly basis. Are we looking at the possibility of Aba South going beyond the markets and the traders?
I think I'll have to come in.
Okay, please go ahead.
Everything that revolves around fees, licenses, permits, rates, they all belong to the local government. We're not talking about the markets only. Tenement rates, all fees, all permits, all licenses, all rates, they all belong to the local government, and that is what we are here for.
Okay. Now, you want to add to what he said?
Right. So let me bring in a technological angle to this so that you would understand what the local government and the state is doing. Now, the revenue windows are not just within the market or the trade. No, that is not what Aba is. In fact, Aba is one of the cities that you see everything that you need to see within the business community. Aba has a lot of opportunities that goes beyond. We're away from trading into technology, into innovation, into health, into medicine, environmental issues, properties, estate development, and all of that. And now within the tax haven, which is what you're asking, those are all covered. You have property rates, you have buildings, you have lands, you have all of that. So hotels. We hotels. So what we are doing is comprehensive. A solution for every revenue windows that should come to the local government and to the states has been optimized in a way that has digitally transformed collection. Okay. And it is inclusive.
All right. Now let's talk about the process of enforcement. You and I know the kind of environment that we live in. Nigerians, we are stubborn in nature.
Very dramatic.
So let's talk about enforcement.
I tell you, Aba people willingly key in, willingly support it, and willingly make it work.
Okay.
So we don't intend to be aggressive about it. I think we've had some stakeholders meeting, the landlords association, the market leaders, the hotel owners, all from segment AIT, ultimate, and a whole lot of blocks that has to do with revenue in Aba South. We've held meetings with them. We are not trying to say we are going to bring in force. No. We engage them mutually, let them buy into it. We will not try to say we are going to enforce this at this time, but we will monitor what we do. Enforcement is around.
We have witnessed progress in road infrastructure. We have witnessed, Abia has just started what we call the medical city. It is the first of its kind anywhere in the West Africa. There are bold initiatives that the governor is driving, and he's been driving this. Let me also make this point. For the past 18 months, there has not been that emphasis on revenue collection. The governor has taken it easy. The governor has demonstrated that he understands what the people went through. Everybody saw the last 24 months, the last 25 years, how Abians were, and he came in and he was a little bit quiet on it. What he did instead was to show that a lot can be achieved with little or nothing, even without the people getting it. Abia will become the destination that is best in Nigeria for every businesses to grow, every individuals to live, our citizens all over the world will be coming to Abia.
Okay, now back to the revenue question. I'm sure most people listening would want to know, let's say as a Mama Ngozi, for instance, how much am I supposed to pay? How do I get to access this information? Do you have a website, for instance, or will the citizens of Aba South depend on your staff who will be moving around the local government area for this information? How will it work? If I want to know as a trader in Ariaria, for instance, how much I'm supposed to...
Type of revenue collections that you may want to drive yourself, and that will include your issuances, for instance. You can process it from the website. Now what happens is that the local government will now have a local government website with a link to the application, that wherever you are and you want to access this for yourself, we call it self-services, you will visit that application. You'll be able to run your processes on your own. Now moving forward, this also allows our citizens to have their own accounts where you completely manage your tax profile. But before we get to that stage, we find it very necessary to have some form of enumeration, because enumeration will give us access to data.
Definitely.
With that data, we cannot forecast or have absolute good insight into what needs to happen. So we are starting, the state and local governments are starting with enumeration of data. That has also been, Access is handling it. And with this type, when this enumeration is done, what will happen is that you will have your tax profile. You will know what your tax obligations are. The state will also know what your tax obligations are and the timelines and obligations and when you are, so you can predict your involvement.
Okay, so people should not expect maybe a demand notice at the end of every year or at the beginning of every month.
Notice on that terminal, and your e-receipt is generated. Once you make this payment, you get your notifications on your phone. You get your PDF copy of your receipt on your phone, and the terminal is also able to generate a receipt, a voucher. You will use that receipt, keep it safely, because that is your evidence of payment. Any other receipt that is not generated from the terminal is null and void.
Okay.
So the process is that clean.
Okay.
I wanted to ask a question, Mr. Chairman. Or is it Mayor? Anyone? Collect them like that. Ben did talk about enforcement and knowing how ABBA works. People who were benefiting from the old order, who would not be happy that there's now a digital way of doing things, we may like to still go around and sabotage the process. Have you thought about how you're going to handle this kind of people?
Definitely. One thing I know is that Obama wouldn't want to pay twice. That's our
okay.
So I want to talk about what to expect, because the processes will give us this introduction is going to give us a clear picture of what our IGR are in Aba, or will be in Abasa. What I inherited as the mayor of Abasa local government, I don't have records totally. There are no clear records of what comes in and where they are coming from, which one needs to be improved and which one that needs to, make it easy for people to pay. So this process will give us clear picture of what about South IGR is, where they are mostly generated, and make us also accountable.
Okay. All right.
Things to achieve is to take away scavengers.
All right.
Of our streets. It's not going to be easy or going to manage it, but this BeamSoft is the only accredited revenue agent. Whatever might have happened before now, we do want to. There are ones we'll look into, and there are ones not to look into. We'll manage it.
All right.
That's what we have to tell them, the Abasa.
All right. I want to thank you, Honorable Anyanwu Obialo, the Aba South local government area mayor, for coming around this morning. We're not forgetting Dr. Pastra Arinze Etia. Hope I got that this time. All right. Authorized, authentic, and recognized revenue agent for Aba South local government area. We'll take a break now. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I can't get enough. It's just the right amount of sweetness. I mean, just the right crunch. Mini-Me Chin Chin is good. You just have to indulge. It's worth every crunch.
Imagine what she can do for our nation.
Across Nigeria, women are creating change, championing education, protecting our rights, and building a better tomorrow.
They are not trying to take over. They are working alongside, hand in hand, for a better Nigeria we can all be proud of.
Because when leadership reflects every voice, we create stronger, fairer solutions for everyone. We're simply asking, let's give more women the chance to lead, to bring their ideas, their care, and their strength to the table.
By supporting more women in leadership, we create a fairer, stronger Nigeria for everyone. That's why the special seat bill matters. It gives more women a voice where decisions are made.
Amplify women's voices. Let's build a Nigeria where leadership reflects all of us. Visit stand2endrape.org and follow at stand2endrape on all social media platforms to join the conversation.
This message is brought to you by Stand to End Rape Initiative with support from the Federal Embassy of Germany.
90-606-16098. Date of conference is Saturday, 7th of June, 2025.
Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue Dr. Ogbonnayonu Polytechnic, that's former Abia State Polytechnic Auditorium. Come, let's work together to ensure that we build family legacies that last. This announcement is signed by Ututufon Luke Aliga, founder, lead mentor, Values for Legacy Academy.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, thank you so much, people, for sharing your time with us, especially people living in Aba. You must have heard of the new level. So we move. The operatives of the Nigerian Police Force, the Department of...
Released in 2024 and indicated a steady increase in UTME participation over the years. In comparison, 8,401 candidates achieved similar scores in 2024, while 5,318 did so in 2023. Earlier figures were lower, with only 724 candidates scoring 300 and above in 2021 and none in both 2014 and 2013. Well, of the 336,845 candidates rescheduled for the examination, the board said 21,082 others were absent.
Well, would they not be absent? JAMB did tell us
the arrest of hackers by the DSS and the police. The answer is no. As a nation, we are usually docile. We don't do things we're supposed to do until things get out of hand. All of a sudden, we start doing things that we ought to have done long ago. Well, the good thing is that the hackers have been arrested. Let's see how it goes. 20 just within Abuja. Is it also possible that we have people, hackers, outside Abuja? For instance, in major cities like Lagos, Port Harcourt. So we should learn a serious lesson from this year's ugly incident as far as JAMB is concerned, and hopefully correct the mistakes from this year's messy JAMB. Imagine over 20,000 candidates missing their exams out of no fault of theirs, because the truth is,
and mostly from the southeast and Lagos.
That's it. Many students were taken unawares with the rescheduling. Some people had traveled. There was no way they could make it to the activity centers. Yeah. So, unfortunately, JAMB did not take
violations of mutual understandings. While tracing the roots to the aftermath of the 2023 general elections, the minister pledged to fight on until justice was attained.
I think the earlier Wike realizes there's a deliberate attempt to whittle down his influence in the PDP, the better for him. I remember when we had a similar conversation. I think that was the one surrounding the Enugu state governor threatening to pull out of the PDP, and you had said that the war was between Imo and Enugu, and I said no, that the whole thing had weaker fingerprints, and he confirmed it yesterday that one of the agreements they reached, or he reached, with some of these PDP big boys was that Sam Anyang was going to remain the national secretary of the party. But it is obvious that the likes of Peter Mbah are saying no. Oga, when you were governor, you were calling the shots in PDP. Now you are no longer governor. Allow us call the shots, especially within our zone. That's exactly what Peter Mbah is saying. You cannot leave your South-South zone, River State, and be influencing happenings in my own region, despite the fact that I am the only governor of that party in this region.
But I think the big question is, did Mbah agree before? I'm just curious.
Well,
for Wike to be saying there was an understanding.
Well, Wike said there was an understanding. We're yet to hear from Peter Mbah. But obviously, the truth is, this whole drama started way back in 2023, October. So let's wait. Maybe when Peter Mbah speaks, he may get to deny that there was ever an agreement. But to me, the surprising aspect of this whole thing has to do with the fallout between the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and Nyesom Wike. Makinde was, I want to believe he is still a member of the G5 governors, Or is this the beginning of a new era? We'll now get to hear of G4. G4 former governors, okay? Yeah, no more G5.
I think that Makinde wants to contest for presidency, and he feels that he needs to take charge of the structures of the party. And Mickey, on the other hand, is saying no, on his mandate we stand. You know the mandate I'm referring to. So he's also trying not to ensure that Makinde takes the structure, because that is his only bargaining chip to the Ashiwaju camp. So it's all about politics and interest. I think in the coming days we're going to see very, very interesting things to come.
Okay, we move on. Still talking politics, and let's talk about something that transpired yesterday. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi met yesterday in Abuja alongside other people who believe in a coalition to unseat Bola Tinubu in 2027. Such persons include former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi. But during that meeting, something happened. The delegates from Jigawa State were not happy that Babashir Lawal, the former secretary to the government of the Federation, was calling the shots in their zone, and they decided to go against him publicly. They disrupted the meeting, screaming that Babashir Lawal should not be the one to appoint someone who would speak on behalf of their delegates. Eventually, security agents formed a protective circle around key figures, and calm was restored after minutes of appeals as Mustafa Lamido, the son of former Jigawa State Governor
Raifo, disclosed this in an interview yesterday. He spoke on the backdrop of Obi's declaration at the weekend that he intends to pursue his ambition under LP. Obi is currently factionalized with the Abia Governor Alex Oti backing Nenadi Usman to remove Abure. But in spite of the leadership tussle, Obi said he will remain in LP and will run for the president on a platform of Labour Party. When asked if Obi had reached out to Abure, Ifo said the channel of communication between the duo was open. According to him, the former governor still frequently has discussions with Abure despite the Cold War between both parties.
Okay, Obi should be careful at this point because he's beginning to send conflicting signals. If there's anything Obi has going for him,
Peter Obi's ex-handle. So it can't be like, say, he's trying to throw a bait. Because why didn't he post that video on his ex-handle? But rather, it was distributed in Labour Party's WhatsApp platforms. Secondly, in that same platform, in that video, Obi mentioned that if he turns 70, he will retire from politics. Now, Obi will be 65 by the 2027 election, meaning that if he's not in Aso Rock by 2027, the next time he will be 69 will be in 2031, which means this is Obi's last chance. I mean, 2027 is his last chance.
That's if he decides to keep to his word.
Yes.
Because I've also seen reports. Right now, when we're done with that, we have more stories. Stay with us.
Pianzo, kamju kenegi kedu ihe na-egbochi gị mgbe ị na-eteta n'ụtụtụ ọbụla ọ bụ na ịmaghị otu ụbọchị gị ga-esi wee je na ụbọchị na-aga gịnị na-eme ka obi gị na-agba ọsọ ọ bụ egwu na ị naghị ele ọ bụ chetakwa na ọnwụnwa na nsogbu anaghị akọwa gị kama otu isi wee bilie imeri ha iji kọọ na ihe kwenyere na ya otu ahụ ka ihe esi wee nwere onwe gị n'aka ihe na-egbochi gị nweta data na-enweghị oke ya na nkwado batrị ruru awa 6 iji mee ka inwe ijikọ na-enweghị nkwụsị na Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect gaa n'ụlọ ahịa Airtel dịrị gị nso maka ozi ndị ọzọ. Airtel, ihe kpatara iche echiche.
Yes, me and my sister they always put tab inside pap. E sweet well.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Now better chocolate drink where they make from rich cocoa, milky and sugar. John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Then say health now wealth, but when person they arranging health, can't lose one hand, one leg.
Yeah,
Abina, when you dey hospital, they come tell you say you must drop heavy money first before they even think of to begin any treatment.
Yeah.
But when Avon HMO Tandagidigba with you, you no go dey shout yekpa, cause last now all of us need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to get Avon Health Plan for you and your people.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live a healthier, fuller life.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Oh, mommy,
was outraged by eBay's unfounded claims, describing it as patently fabricated.
I think that those who are pushing that narrative, the EFCC boss, should not blame them. Because in a case where a governor decamped with his godfather, and this godfather was the former vice presidential candidate of the major opposition. So people naturally will want to believe that there was something on the table for that move to happen. He moved with entire state assembly members, cabinet members. I think that for eBay to make that statement, he should prove it. You don't just tell us the meeting held. Where did it hold? If I want to expose someone that I know too much about your meeting, I'll state the location, the time of the meeting, make it so difficult for you to even deny. Well, yeah, that's what it is.
We have short-lived memory in Nigeria. The truth is, if you take a look at how the EFCC has handled, now that he has decamped, I think the best show of faith that the EFCC can show to Nigerians that, hey, we are impartial, we don't care whether you belong to the ruling party or not, we are doing our job, is for them to prosecute these cases of people, politicians, who left the opposition parties for the ruling party. Until that happens, what Olukayode, I know, yes, a meeting may not have happened between him and these men physically, but the impression that, hey, once you leave the opposition party for the ruling party, the EFCC throws away your case file. That impression is almost the gospel.
Like I said, I wish that Paul Libe gave us details. There's a way you can expose somebody.
Said that declaring IPOB guilty in the media was tantamount to gross interference with judicial independence that in any civilized society should attract immediate sanctions from the court. The group stated this on Sunday in a statement signed by Dr. Sylvester Onya while reacting to the recent outburst by Ribadu, attributing violent attacks on police stations and correctional centers to IPOB. The statement faulted Ribadu's outburst, describing it as ridiculous, absurd, and unacceptable.
The lead counsel to the Aba electricity consumers, Chief Larry Iroka, has refuted insinuation that the Aba electricity consumers lost to Aba Power Limited based on the ruling of Anisia Alangwa State High Court on Wednesday, 28th of May 2025. Speaking on a Monitor Radio interview, the lawyer said there was no victor, no vanquished in the situation. He stated that in 4 different rulings, the court had granted the prayers of Aba electricity consumers, including the issue of jurisdiction. But on the 20th of May, the court in its wisdom declined the jurisdiction, citing the 2023...
Did not listen to us. That was actually the second question we asked the mayor.
Imagine how
all
he
right,
was saying
if you have any other thing, go ahead, make the point if you don't. All right, thank you very much. If you're listening to us from your radio, you may want to go listen to the earlier part of that interaction. That was the second question we asked the mayor. The revenue agent you're talking about, we even mentioned his name, Chikota Nigeria Limited. All right, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ben.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
Good morning, bro. Go ahead, please.
I remember the Napo Korea. I want to say concerning this P2B. Politicians, you cannot really trust them. I cannot even in the West. Him saying he was retired when he turned 7 to active politics. Without that, I want to get you good morning.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at the Facebook page. Strode Green. I hope the agents. Okay, you're talking about the interview earlier. Okay, you're talking about people taking advantage, asking people for money before they help them sort their bills. All right. Motivoji, JAMB's integrity has been compromised. It is time for accountability. The registrar should uphold honor and resign. Michael Kalu, time and season, nothing lasts forever. Once upon a time, Atiku was calling the shot in PDP. Today, Wike is sitting on the fence and is gradually going down without even knowing it. APC does not trust him.
After that meeting, Aba Regional had with Aba Power. But today, they are not yet to fix a particular meter in only 2 students, not only we are in Aba. And yet, they are calling for, all they are doing is going from radio station to radio station, bragging of how they won the case and how the case was struck out in court and all that. Well, I'm promising them that they will hear from Aba people sooner than later. I wonder why one man is just trying to be a law in his own party, and the party is folding its hands, watching here so we can become. He's here. He's neither here nor there. He's in the PDP and also in the APC. If really we want through administration from these political leaders, the PDP should stand up to be a party if it means expelling yes or weekend. In fact, I've always said that there are some police figures that want to enter PDP, but because of the attitude and the behaviors of weekend, they cannot treat. But the video is still there, where he has the interaction with the people. He promised them that he's going to run under Labour Party come 2027. That was the assured word coming from him. Now, not up to 48 hours. Yesterday he was at a coalition meeting with Atiku, Amechi, and all some other leaders.
Please summarize your thoughts here.
Scheming a political party for him to run. Now, he also was in Abia State. What I'm looking at is the level of transparency. Just like when you see the obedient, they always see him like a messiah. He was in Abia State. The government. We are also concerned. We are the citizens of Abia State.
All right.
We want the right thing to be done. So that is just my take this morning. Thank you for.
All right. Thank you.
You know, Ben, he just talked about pension, and I remembered a message that was whispered to us by our colleague who did say that her mother has not received her pension. She banks with First Bank, and not just the mother, most of them who bank with First Bank last month. So I don't know if this is a mistake, if government is aware, what could be the problem why those banking with First Bank have not received their pension last month. Is it everybody? Is it some people? So I think that the Commissioner of Finance or whoever is in charge should also drop a message so that these pensioners can understand whether it was a glitch.
Just their bank or if it involves others.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay, back to Facebook. Onyenkuzi Smart on Atiku B squad so pressure and accepts the VP slot under Atiku. He risks Alini is actually concerned about reactions from his supporters. I get that. Chibuzo DMX Ekwemu, why are they taking Wike serious in PDP when they knew he will be working for APC? Both Wike and Makinde are working for the same Anshiwaju. Due to the fact that political hawks are in charge of the political affairs, governors are all decamping because of fear of federal might. Kingsley Chechku Brown, FCT minister, opting out of the agreement, accusing Makinde of sabotage is a joke taken too far. Wike till tomorrow is working with Makinde. This is a script written by him, executed by his chief, not adopting. He said they are happy to hear that he said that he will contest.
And their presidential ticket is available for him.
Chikanwadema, give us prepaid meter and stop estimated 419 bill. That's all we need. Shikena. Ojukugo says IPOB is never a terrorist group, rather they are agitating for equality, fairness, freedom from Nigeria. I concur with Afid remark to Ribadu about IPOB.
Opposition is not one seat PBAT, but Nigeria needs a strong opposition like that of PDP in Abia State, so the government will do the right thing. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
Hello.
Yes,
morning.
go ahead.
Good morning. My morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead quickly, please.
Yes, this is Olubo Odogumborobi.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about the thing 29. Hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, Esiaba Chinkereze says APC will win the coalition group. All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
Yes. This
News. A school in Aba recorded 15 students who scored 300 and above as they released the results yesterday. Okay, Princess, we celebrate with the students. There's confusion about the court stance on Aba power plant and Aba electricity consumers, with each side claiming victory. This is coming from Motive Orgy. Good morning.
Gree corporate today. Which can yawa be that? I beg come sit down, Joe. Sit down? Yes. The thing no gree me now. Abi that your pile wahala don't come again? Oh, pile wahala no be small thing oh. Now so you go to start you. If it swell up or to the commot blood self, to sit down self.